think that deserves a big round of applause, folks. Super excited for Kalasha 2024, and if you have a question, which I always ask, does Kalasha change lives for filmmakers, for those in the industry? It absolutely does. So I would like to invite a former Kalasha winner up to the podium. Please give this young man a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Peter Kawa.
Bwana CEO, Kenya Film Commission, Timothy Owase, officers of state government, state officers, industry practitioners in all fields, stakeholders, good morning. So yes, I have been given about 30 minutes, but I'll try my best to be respectful and do 5. And just give an overview of what, winning a Kalasha award has been to myself as a former winner, and hopefully even this year, I hope that I might win an award or 2, and in the future. So I have been nominated in the Kalasha Awards 4 times, both as an actor and as a filmmaker. And I've been privileged to have won 2 awards in 2 different occasions. Back in 2019, I did a feature film, my first feature film, called Lost in Time. And just to give you a bit of a background of the experience that we had creating that film, one of the things that we were looking for, and fervently so, was funding for the film. And we got a lot of help from different practitioners. However, none of them ever came through when it came to financial, help. However, we decided, liwe liwalo, we have to make our film. I remember day 1 when we were starting our production, we had about 2,000 shillings worth of fuliza. And we needed to spend 19 days on set finishing our production. What really pushed us is the will and power to tell good stories. And by the end of the production, we went to edit, and we had a lovely experience. And come the Kalashas, we were nominated 11 nominations, and we got to sweep 5 of the main awards. Among them being Best Actor, Best Writer, Best Sound Design, and even Best Director, to which came to myself. And like I said, it became the biggest film in 2019 at the Kalasha because it also won Best Overall Picture. We did not do much with the film, unfortunately. Under the support of the Kenya Film Commission, we were able to take the film to different counties, and we showcased it to as many people as possible, and we even brought a report back to the office. COVID came, definitely. Unfortunately, we didn't do much again, like I said. The country was closed up. We were supposed to travel to a couple of countries to do a couple of screenings. But yeah. My second award was in 2021 when we did a short film called Christmas Love. A bit of a background again. Christmas Love was a short film born out of a desire to want to tell an original Kenyan story that had not been touched on before, and that is a Christmas-related film. So part of the, part of the big win that we celebrate today is Christmas Love became the first Christmas-related short film in East and Central Africa. Makofi tafadhali. One thing that people kept, in such sessions, people used to say short films are meant to be consumed in sessions where it's not commercial as such. You only consume short films in film festivals and student film sessions. But I wanted to prove people wrong, that it's very possible to make money by doing a short film. So I was very strategic after having such sessions where we would talk about commercializing the industry and commercializing our products. One of the first things we went out to do was market research to understand what the market really wants, to consume. And we realized that there's a big audience in the Christian fraternity that are not really catered for. And I was like, that is a market I would want to tap in. So when we did our short film, we went and had discussions with churches and see how they can consume the product. And true to form, I mean, the first week after premiere, we sold out 3 halls at the premiere at Diamond Plaza. And and onwards after that, being a short film, we put it on an online platform. This being the digital age, we realized that the audience would want to, consume as far as Timbuktu, the US, Kisumu, those people who cannot come to Nairobi to watch our short film. And in the first 2 weeks of December Christmas week, we broke even after having spent over 800,000 shillings to create the short film. We broke even in the next 2 weeks. So that, again, was a big milestone for us as filmmakers. And I believe we kind of made, our promise true to ourselves that short films can make business. Whether it's a short film, it's a documentary, it's a feature film, for as long as you come into the game thinking about, monetizing the product, then you'll manage to achieve what you need to achieve. Come the Kalashas, definitely, we had already submitted and we won Best Short Film. And something beautiful came out of it. The Kenya Film Commission, having seen how we had, monetized our product among other filmmakers, we were taken to Berlin for the Berlinale Film Festival, where we got to interact with a couple of filmmakers. And we learned so much. Personally, I got to learn so much in terms of how to, pitch for products, how to look for funding as well, and at the end of the day, how to monetize and work with different filmmakers across. During one of my trips, when I was moving from one location to another, I bumped into a gentleman in one of the bus trips. He was a Kenyan. He was also attending the Berlinale Film Festival, and he had gone on his own volition. And we got to discuss a bit more about the industry. It's called Rahim. He's based in London, but also, he practices in Kenya as well. He's also a filmmaker. So we talked a bit about what we expect for the future and the likes. And as we speak today, we are already doing a collaboration in our next film. He's doing a series, an international series. And he has tasked me with, just helping him with drawing resources from wherever. So that, for me, is a big plus, having worked closely with the Kenya Film Commission, just to go to Berlin. Another thing that we realized was, as well, is the Berlinale, having been 73 years old, running for 73 years, these guys have understood the essence of visibility. We landed at the airport. There were big banners. There were, what do you call them? Billboards, just talking about the Berlinale Film Festival. When we went to the epicenter of the event itself, maybe within a radius of about 1 kilometer, every establishment around there was serving the purpose of the Berlinale Film Festival. And I pray to God that one day, that is where the Kalasha is going to get. Where if we are having our sessions at KICC, we know that the entire of the CBD is serving the dreams of the Kenya filmmaker. So, in 2019, when we won, our awards, that was the first time the Kenya Film Commission was giving cash awards. Any time before that, we were given, the trophy. And there was a lot of disgruntled voices about, mbona tupewi pesa? How do we, show that just apart from this trophy, we can get money out of it? So we'd like to thank the Kenya Film Commission under the leadership of Bwana Timothy Owase, that since 2019 to date, people have been getting cash prizes. And we are grateful for that. And we look forward to, giving you more works that can be celebrated more and make more money at the end of the day. So that's just about it. I said I'd do 5 minutes. I think I've done slightly over 6. But thank you so much for the opportunity. Guys, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give Peter a big round of applause. A couple of things that I picked up from that is if we go into our filmmaking with the ideology that we want to make money, it can happen. and that Kalasha is in fact an international stage. If you just take Peter's experience, where it's taken him to winning here at Kalasha, and then of course traveling the world and being able to interact with filmmakers from different markets as well. So Kalasha, in fact, it does put you on the international stage. Speaking of international stages, someone that I've known for many, many years in the production space, in the TV space, in the filmmaking space, I would now like to invite up my dear friend, Caroline Bindio, to say a few words, of course. Caroline is the Kenya, Nigeria, Hiventi Africa, works for Kenya and Nigeria, Hiventi Africa. And she's going to talk a little bit about some of the great work of Kalasha over the last few years, and of course, the Kenya Film Commission as well. Give her a big round of applause.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Good morning. I'm not so good at this protocol thing, so I'll just say good morning. And thank you, Kenya Film Commission, and specifically Timothy, for inviting me to be here and giving me an opportunity to share my own experience. So my name is Caroline Bindio Koroso. I'm currently the head of Hiventi Africa, running our production hubs in Kenya and Nigeria. For those who have known me in the 25 years or so plus, I've been in production for a very, very long time. I've aged out into the industry, but I'm now more in management. I made the move from production to localization. That is my core business now and has been since 2015. Hiventi is a transperfect company. Hiventi was originally French. We were acquired by an American company in 2022. And Transperfect is the largest language service provider in the world. And I head Kenya, Nigeria, and their media and entertainment division. So what do? I localize your content. I've interfaced with a lot of producers here. I do dubbing, I do audio description, subtitling, I package, I do asset management, I do a lot. And I am also, our company is badged by Netflix, Amazon, Disney, and a couple of the big boys and girls on the multinational stage. So we package a lot of content. A lot of people don't know that we package, but a lot of what you see for Africa on Netflix, we interface with here in Nairobi. So we're very proud to be a part of Kalasha. We've been a part of Kalasha for many, many years through the different phases of the production process. Before, when I was a freelancer, as many of us have been. So I used to be there as Freestyle Media and Events, and then I went in as African Voices Dubbing Company, and then I've been participating as Hiventi, and this year we'll be participating as Transperfect Media. My experience of the market, not so much the awards, is access to people, an opportunity to share ideas, an opportunity to find out what is happening in the content creation space, and of course, sign deals and share the tools that we have. So we're really looking forward to playing a big role at the next market. We have a lot of tools we'll be rolling out. We have an online platform for freelancers to do dubbing work, how to teach them the techniques of dubbing, how to be self-employed in dubbing. We also are in the AI space. We want to participate in the discussions, and I'm sure we will, on what is really happening versus all the fear mongering that's going on. So we're looking forward to it, and we're looking forward to it. We get a lot out of it, but mostly it's just meeting people, collaborating, and also talking to the young ones and telling them, you know, if you're going to be in the creative world, the reality versus TikTok. So thank you.
Reality versus TikTok, I love that. I think it's really important to also note the great work that has been done over the years by the Kenya Film Commission as well. I think it would be remiss if we didn't mention, for those of us who have been in the industry for 2 decades plus, and I can see some gray hair in the room, so I know many of us have, the Kenya Film Commission, what we've seen and how it's grown and become a commission that really supports the industry and does so much work to ensure that we are now finally in a place where we can be proud of the work we do, but also we can sit on an international stage and have the backing of the commission behind us, which is so important. So with that in mind, allow me to invite the KFC CEO, Mr. Timothy Owasi, up to say a few words, and please give this man a big round of applause.
My mic doesn't work?
No, it does now.
It does, okay. Stakeholders, the media, invited guests, good morning once again. I'm delighted that you honored our invitation, and I want to take this opportunity to welcome you to this breakfast meeting. But before I get into my speech, I'd like to invite Dr. Lucia, who is one of our board members, representing the board of Kenya Film Commission, to come and greet you. Then I'll proceed. Karibu daktari. Karibu. Sorry.
Good job. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Happy Valentine. Boys, where are the flowers for my ladies? Yes, I'm delighted to be here. My name, as you've heard, is Dr. Lucia Nzongo, and on behalf of our Board of Directors for the KFC, I'm very much excited and privileged to be here. Seeing you today here means that you are going to have a successful Kalasha event. And for the homeboys, thank you for the good job. We are really delighted and we really appreciate that. I'm not going to take much of your time. I say once more, thank you, and God bless you all.
Thank you, Dr. Lucia. Well, it's an exciting morning that I stand before you to introduce Kalasha 2023-24. And as you've always known, Kalasha has taken place every year since the year 2009. That is the Kalasha Awards. But we transformed this into a film market and a festival. So at a personal level and at a level of Kenya Film Commission as an organization, I'm so excited to announce that this year we are going to host Kalasha International Film and TV Market, Festival and Awards between the 27th of March to 30th. Basically, we'll have the market running from the 27th all the way to 29th, and on 30th we'll host the Kalasha Awards, where we'll celebrate winners this year. I want to underscore the importance of this event because this event provides us with an opportunity or a platform to engage, to converse, do business, celebrate winners, network, and do all that pertains to storytelling. We expect international guests coming from South Africa, Uganda, and other countries. So this is going to be a platform where you'll have an opportunity to engage, do co-production engagements, and also showcase the kind of works that you have. The Kenya Film Commission is committed to see to it that we provide you with a platform that will give you room to showcase what you've been able to do over the years, and also to get new engagements as far as going into the future. I know you are all looking forward to seeing that we are able to implement the co-production treaty between Kenya and South Africa, and I'm happy to announce that South Africa is actually coming during Kalasha, and as we speak now, the Kenya government is currently finalizing on the modalities, and you as stakeholders, more so producers, you will be much involved on coming up with the modalities on how to implement this. So I look forward to engaging you so that we are able to do this together. Of course, last year, there was an uproar about the Kalasha Awards payments for the year 2022. I just want to clarify today that the year 2022, we promised to award each winner out of the 39 categories 200,000 shillings. However, that took a bit of time before we paid out, but last year, December, we were able to pay out, so we don't owe any filmmaker the awards money. Munipigie makofi. Yeah. And as we get into the future, of course, our commitment is to see to it that we are able to work together and that what we promise is sustained as our brand, because our brand is our promise. How do we envision to see Kalasha this year? This year, Kalasha, we will not host Kalasha Awards as an independent product, but we are combining the festival, the market, and the awards. So the first 2 days we'll have the Kalasha market and the festival running. Then the final day we'll have the Kalasha Awards. All this will be taking place at KICC. Of course, I want to take this opportunity to invite each one of us to come, invite all other filmmakers to participate at this particular event, and see to it that we all succeed. Allow me also to indicate, when we talk about Kalasha International Film and TV Market, what do we mean? This is a platform where we'll have exhibitors, we'll have key activities taking place, including and not limited to workshops, conferences, pitching sessions, exhibition booths, among other forums that will enable you to engage. We'll have other countries being able to showcase what they have, and we'll have stakeholder forums that will give local producers and filmmakers in general an opportunity to engage with their counterparts from other countries. Beyond that, we expect that during the Kalasha market, you will have an opportunity to cut deals, get new partners from other countries, and create an avenue for storytelling, for stories that we'll be able to showcase going into the future. Again, as Kenya Film Commission, we are committed in developing and promoting the Kenyan cinema scene. And with this, I just want to highlight a few programs that Kenya Film Commission has been able to undertake in the recent past. One, I must appreciate your support in enabling Kenya Film Commission to achieve the first ever film industry satellite account, which was executed with the support of the GIZ, which is the German government, to see to it that we are able to provide you with the necessary data that is critical as far as economic contribution of our industry is concerned. We want to know how many people are we able to employ in a year as far as our industry is concerned. What are we contributing to the exchequer annually? Beyond that, we want to know how many women are actually participating in the film industry and what roles are they playing. Are they only playing the makeup artist role, or are they playing a role as a director, producer, and so on? That data is critical in decision making. Beyond that, Kenya Film Commission was able to carry out a feasibility study on the establishment of a film fund. Basically, for a very long time, we all appreciate the fact that with money, we can be able to do a lot, we can be able to create more jobs, and this has been confirmed through the limited support we've had as far as the Film Empowerment Program is concerned. The past year, we were able to support 22 projects at a cost of 40 million shillings, again supported by the German government. We are looking forward to, again, sending out a call for the same. Of course, the figures may not be 40 million. We hope it will be more also. But when we send out a call, reminding producers that you send in your application and ensure that you tick all the right boxes so that when the evaluation is being done, you are able to move to the next stage. Other than that, the Commission was also able to execute and come up with corruption prevention guidelines within the film industry. This we were supported by the GIZ again, as well as ESCC, and it's in our best interest that we would like to see good governance taking place within the film industry. We've had a lot of uproar from actors and other practitioners within the industry in terms of work environment within film sets, and I believe with these guidelines, we should be able to have clear fora where we are able to undertake film business, indeed as a business, and we should be able to set the stage through self-regulation without waiting for government to be the supervisor of producers. I don't think that's what we want. Within the film industry, again, there is another critical component that we've been able to deliver. We are focused on seeing to it that we create an enabling environment where filmmakers are able to access various facilities, that is locations, government, permitting offices, as well as other key elements. And with that, as we speak now, I have a team in Machakos that is working with Kenya Revenue Authority, the National Police Service, KWS, KFCB, all agencies that you interact with, to streamline the processes on how you should be able to access critical services from government. I know there is a lot that has been happening as far as processes. If you are bringing in equipment, can we be able to lighten that on the part of producer so that through our liaison offices, we are able to facilitate you without much pressure so that we make filming in Kenya as smooth sailing as possible. Beyond that, we are also looking at enhanced stakeholder engagement. And this is enshrined within the Constitution that any government entity should never do any activity without proper buy-in from stakeholders. So I'm just enlightening you that you have a right to know what the Commission is doing at any given time, and let's continue engaging. Through our corporate communications department, we'll continue engaging and to ensure that we are working together at any given time. There is a platform that the Commission has set up. We call it an e-film shop. An e-film shop is a platform where all your licenses will be processed from there. From the comfort of your seat, you should be able to access a filming license at KFCB. If you want to use locations at the wildlife restricted areas, you should be able to get all this through this particular platform. So I just want to implore on you that all that we are doing is to the good of the film industry, and we can only achieve the same when we are collaborating. So let's work together on that. Allow me also to mention that as we talk about an enabling environment, it is clear that we have all been yearning to see when we are going to achieve the film incentives. Just yesterday, our Cabinet Secretary committed to delivering this very soon and very soon. So I just want to re-emphasize on the same, that this is going to be achieved. And why I'm very confident about the same is the fact that the Kenya government has an agreement with the Invention Studios of Los Angeles, and part of the commitment from the government of Kenya side is film incentives. So with that alone, and having had the presidential announcement during Jamhuri Day celebrations, I think that's a presidential directive that we must be able to achieve this. So this is going to be a huge milestone that will enable filmmakers to access film incentives and also to ensure that filming in Kenya is as smooth sailing as you envision. Lastly, on this, the screen culture development is so critical. We would like to see Kenyans watching content that you create. And not only just watching, but watching and spending money. When you spend, then you facilitate, you support Peter Kawa and others to be able to make revenue. When you make revenue, then we make more films. When we make more films, then we have an opportunity to create room for conversations that add value. We contribute to our economy through cohesion, building, as well as economic well-being, because this is one industry that can employ millions, if not thousands of people. So let's work together to see to it that we achieve these aspirations. I mentioned Invention Studios. Invention Studios is an organization from United States, and it's in the country to work with you filmmakers so that we achieve various aspects on production, training, script writing, among others. So we are going to work together to see to it that we create those opportunities, and these opportunities are able to get you to a level where we are able to do real film business. I'm going back to my notes on the market. What are you going to expect at the market? As I mentioned earlier, we expect exhibitors at the market. We expect forums where we'll have expert opinions coming out in terms of technology, distribution, because we are saying filming or film business is real business. We shouldn't just look at this as an entertainment, and as such, the film market is to give us an opportunity to champion growth and development of this particular sector. So let's all rally together and see to it that during the Kalasha International Film and TV Market Festival and Awards, that we are able to achieve all these aspirations. So come trade, engage, and connect. The festival, during the market, we expect to also undertake various film screenings. We have a lined-up film showcase that will have films being premiered, films that you haven't watched before will be premiered during this particular season, and as such, come out in large numbers and encourage all your followers to be able to focus on Kalasha during this particular period so that we celebrate Kalasha together. The awards basically is a celebration of our achievements, and on this particular evening, that is on 30th, we are looking forward to hosting over 1,000 people, and we'll be awarding about 39 categories in various segments. Of course, the key question is, how much is the Commission going to give out this time? All I can announce today, there will be a cash reward. I won't give the figure, but expect a cash reward during the gala night. With those very many remarks, I thank you, and I really appreciate your being here. Asanteni sana.
Another big round of applause, please, for the KFC CEO. Thank you so much. We do have a Q&A, so if you have any questions that you'd like to direct to Bwana CEO, please, please, please just raise your hand. We'll come around with a mic, and he'll be more than happy to answer them. Anyone? There we go.
I'll be more than happy to respond to all your questions.
I'm not clear about the dates. What are the dates?
27th to 30th.
Okay, so 27th is the Wednesday. The Easter thing, you're not too worried about it?
I'm not too worried about it because based on our plans, if we were to move the event, it will affect plans for international participants.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the market is on the 27th, 28th?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, we've got a question over here. Just tell us your name as well as you grab the mic.
Hello, everyone. My name is Emmanuel Toyai. I work with People Daily and also the Events and Liaison Officer at EJAC, which we are really proud to have participated last year's market, courtesy of the CEO, and we hope for this year's collaboration. Mine is more of the South African deal that we're supposed to work with them. There's a time when we had a briefing when you talked about us guys doing like a joint board or something. So maybe where's the progress, and also about the last year's winners. We had 29 categories. This year we have increased to 39. So maybe why the increase, and which other categories are we expecting now? The different categories. Thank you.
Thank you. Just to clarify, that last year we had 39 categories, and this year we have 39 categories. Yeah. Then about South African audiovisual agreement with Kenya, that has been cleared by Foreign Affairs. We are now engaging our counterparts in South Africa before we engage you as filmmakers, so that the framework suits exactly what you require for implementation. Yeah.
Okay, question over here.
Ginger Wilson, Ginger Inc. Films Africa. Thank you, Timothy. Question about the awards. Which categories, if not all, is a portion of those awards determined, what proportion of the award is given over to voting on social media? So the audience or the people's choice. In the A-list festivals, as I'm sure we're all aware, there's a separate audience award, but it's jury-driven for most awards. And yet Kalasha seems to have, I could be wrong, that each award is given over to audience.
That's a very good question. Just to clarify, out of 100%, we, as you are all aware, this country doesn't have very good infrastructure when it comes to film screenings. And as such, we give 80% to the jury, then 20% to public voting.
And that's for each category?
There are specific categories. Of course, we are going to announce this when we are unveiling the shortlisted films. Yeah.
Okay. Question over here.
My name is Ernest. I'm an animator from the Association of Animators Artists Kenya, A3K. we are a very vibrant association, and we thank Kenya Films for hosting us last year on the exhibition, and we also look to participate this year. Just 2 questions on the upcoming Kalasha. One question. Animation is still growing, and we were just wondering, because we have one category, and it has been a concern of our members, because we do have animators, riggers, lighting people and stuff. So when we get to those categories, we tend to work to try to compete with the filmmakers. So we're just wondering, is there a way whereby animation can be given more scope or categories, and what are the things to do? Or is this a discussion that we can have? And then another question is on the Machakos meeting that is happening. It's a very good thing that you're now collaborating with KRA and all other government agencies to think of equipment, how they're coming in. And we're just wondering, when will we have a report of that? Is there a way that we can see what came out, what was discussed, and also give our input? Thank you.
Thank you very much. To start with, I'll start with your second question. You wanted to know whether you'll be able to access the report from Machakos on streamlining filming processes within government services. As we do this, the intention is to ensure that we create a pipeline that will enable filming processes, especially when it comes to you accessing drones, clearing of equipment at the airport, dealing with the KRA, KWS, among others, that they are smooth sailing. And we have involved Producers Guild, among other associations, and we are going to be able to share with you all this upon completion of the same. Then about the animation, more categories, I think Kalasha Awards is the industry awards. We are open to more ideas. I must tell you that we are open because we would like to have as many stakeholders involved as possible. There are bloggers who are not part of this, and I'm thinking that we need to include the same. So we are open to this. Please share with us your proposition as we get into the future. But that may not be for these particular awards. Yeah, thank you.
One more question here.
Now I'm asking as Producers Guild,
Please,
of which
go
I'm a
ahead.
member and the vice chair.
Yes.
Last year you gave the guilds and associations little booths, and that was supported by the Film Commission. I'm just wondering if we'll get the same invitation.
I'll throw the same question back to you. Have you made a request that you would like to have a free booth from the Commission?
I'm making it now.
You're making it now? Okay. I think that is something that we can be able to look at. But again, I've just said film is business. We don't want to encourage producers that we give you freebies. It is not too expensive for you to have a booth. But again, I encourage you to lead by example so that the rest can also be able to follow. Otherwise, if I give you free, how do I explain to the rest?
The Producers Guild is a non-profit making association.
Okay, write to us, then we'll put it under consideration.
Thank you.
Yeah, one more question here.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jack. My question goes to you in regards to Netflix. In Africa, and specifically Kenya, we have limited content as compared to other countries. One day I called them directly and I inquired why we don't have many content as opposed to other places. And they said it is because different government allows different things or take long to respond to certain requests. And now that you said that you normally do the packaging, should I hold you accountable that you're the one not packaging enough content for us, which in the end make us now go look for alternative? So it's also a loss for business for Netflix. Thank you.
I think when you talk about Netflix, Netflix is a player within the industry, and they have their specific mission on what they want to achieve. When Netflix came to Kenya in 2019, by 2021, the Kenya government was able to sign an agreement with them, and they are very clear on their trajectory as far as their operations in Africa and in Kenya in particular is concerned. As we speak, Netflix has sponsored about 47 students in different universities to study film, 100% scholarship to ensure that they are able to get specific skills that will be able to help them on localization. With that, they'll be able to get the kind of productions they anticipate. But when it comes to dubbing, I don't think you will put a blame to Hiventi for one reason. If you have a product and your product has been produced in Kamba and you want her to translate the same in Swahili, she will only do the translation based on your product. She won't edit your content to suit what she wants because it's not her content. Hers is just to translate or transcribe based on the job mission. Yeah.
Just to add to that, when you sign a deal with Netflix, you're signing either as an original production or licensed. So licensed means you already hold the content. So how do we interface with the producer? You've signed the deal, they have specifications, and we transform your product to meet their broadcast specifications. So we have no say in how, what we interface with. But what I would say, based on my knowledge of the market and what I'm watching and what I'm doing with the rest of African content, even the content we did 20 years ago can be revitalized. And that's why we say take care of the assets, right? So you get it digitized, try to sell it to a distributor, because with the Netflix ecosystem, you have to go through there. For the licensed content, you have to go through their licensed distributors, of which Media Pros, which is a Kenyan company, is one of them, Wangeshi Murage. So you take it to a person like Wangeshi and see if those deals can be made. Then it'll end up with us to package it for them. The challenge in Kenya is many people didn't keep the assets. People downgrade their content. The last thing you have is an MP4 file. Yeah, we're not even dealing with the 16 mil or 1080, you know. So the biggest challenge is that we have actually not kept our content. They're getting a lot of stuff out of South Africa and Nigeria because people kept the original assets. So what I encourage producers is, when we say assets, the way a house is an asset, the way a car is an asset or whatever, those video and audio clips are assets. And they can make you something even 100 years from now if you keep them in good form. So for the licensed content, what I encourage people to do is talk to the major distributors. Okada, Media Pros is Kenya, so that's a very quick entry. Find out if your licensed old content can be revitalized so that those deals can be sold and you sell it on licensed.
Thank you, Caroline. I think Caroline has pointed out a very important point, that you have one of your own who is a local producer representing Netflix in the country. Please have a conversation with Wangeshi. Yes. Yeah.
She's also very accessible, as is our CEO, who we're going to let sit down now because. But you're here, so
Asante.
yep. I know for a fact that your door is always open. Any questions, even now after the event, please don't hesitate to reach out and ask them. Give them a big round of applause, please, folks. So with that in mind, we will close this session. Thank you again. It's nice to see a full room, I will say that. Thanks to the Backside production team who did a great job today as well. Of course, to the Kenya Film Commission CEO and the board as well for joining us. And of course, to Kalasha 2024, Kalasha International TV Film Market Festival and Awards, 27th to the 30th of March. And I will see you all there. Thank you very much.